Many of you are accomplished musicians, but your improvisational skills don't reflect your level of musical development. For me, it was kind of the other way around. I thought I was a pretty good improviser, but in terms of being able to sit down and be disciplined with my instrument and read and utilize proper technique, follow a conductor, play in an ensemble, all those things that you people are excellent at because that's what we make you do all the time, was comparatively weak. So anybody in here feel that their improvisation skills are less than their other kinds of musical skills? Okay, and again, it's just not because of who you are, it's because of how you're taught, right? Okay. Is this giving you a few ideas on what your classroom might look like and feel like? I hope so. Okay. Okay, so why is songwriting, do you think, important to students? We've talked a lot about, throughout the semester, I'm sure, about children and students in public schools and what they need and why music is important. And this probably dates back all the way to your Music 2090 days, foundation days. Why is it important for students to write music of their own? Yes?
It's important because it allows them a chance to be creative, and something that you might be doing in their class, they might say, wow, well, how does this relate to my life? And by songwriting, it allows them to come up with, with guidelines, but to come up, with what they want to relate to their life.
Yes, and it seems to me that so often we engage in conversations where we talk about how is what I want to do in class, how is that related to students' lives? And in fact, it's almost an instructional convention to say, part of this lesson is me helping the students relate this to their lives. You look at the last couple standards and they're all related to how you can take this music and relate it to other aspects of the students' lives that they might know about other arts, about history, about their culture. If you have them write music, it becomes a no-brainer that it's connected to what they think and they do and that it's relevant to them. Yes?
It's something more than a concert to showcase their musical ability. They can go home to their parents and say, listen to this piece I wrote, instead of saying, come to my concert in 2 weeks. That's the only time you can see me display my musical talents. So
yes, very good. Yeah. I think when you were talking there, I'm thinking, yes, songwriting produces artifacts. Mm-hmm. And music education, music instruction must produce artifacts so that we have something to assess, evaluate, etc., right? There it is. And usually, I don't know if this will resonate with any of you, but usually when you do composition, you end up using everything you know about music. Everything. Idiomatic knowledge of the instrument, what's possible and not possible, kind of stretching the idiom a lot because, as you get better and better on your instrument, you challenge more its limitations. And in fact, awesome players of any instrument are people who can make that instrument do what most people can't make it do. Would you agree with that? So becoming an expert, becoming a virtuoso is in fact battling and winning your instrument. And you can help students be motivated to do that by putting those instruments in their hand. And it could also be voice, and having them work on those through their compositions as you're helping them, okay? Anybody else? We've talked a little bit about importance of creativity. We've also talked about that it produces artifacts. Yes?
To maintain their interest, if they own it, they're more interested in the topic and the subject.
Okay, so ownership.
When they own it, they're really into it. It's theirs. They're paying attention. They want to see how the form works. They want to take what you're trying to teach them in standards, and it's a lot more interesting to combine the two for their learning.
Okay, okay. And there's also this aspect, I was thinking when you were talking about self-expression. Is self-expression in the arts important? Of course it is. But it's a stretch sometimes if you're performing music that you have just, selected for its instructional value, but have failed to help students make connections to it, and they have failed to make their own connections to it, and you're saying, look, this is relevant to you, this is reflective of you, express yourself while we're doing this, please, that's what you're here for, But if they're writing their own music, it's self-expressive par excellence, right? It's self-expressive ipso facto, even. If you're writing a piece of music, it's a kind of permanent reflection of your self-expression in music, right? Okay. And for that reason, it's a little scary. I don't know if any of you have never written a song before, but at the point where I had never written a song, I was pretty scared to do it. And having written many songs, I'm still kind of scared to do it. Because, you know, I can sing you a song that exists and see what your facial expression is as I'm performing it, but it feels different if I'm singing my own song. Anybody been in a band before and played covers versus original material? Do you know what I'm talking about?